Now let me give you a quick demo of the QRadar EDR dashboard. So let me tell you that we have been praised a lot by customers that our dashboard is very intuitive and really easy to operate for the analysts. So let's find it out ourselves. So we are now at the dashboard homepage. So when you open any EDR dashboard, the first thing you will directly see is all the important tasks listed and pending for the action. So right at the home page, the analyst gets to know how many details about the alert, and without any delay, he can take further actions from the home page only. So let me click on one alert and proceed for investigation. So coming to the alert analysis, here you can find details about the trigger and get an initial idea that why this alert has been generated. Then below, uh, you can see all the endpoint information. Then we come to the behavioral tree, which gives us the graphical visualization of all the malicious behavior of the participating processes. So basically, it reconstructs the attack and maps all the processes and behaviors involved to MITRE attacks, tactics, and techniques. Let's see how it maps. So here, this process cscript.exe is mapped to MITRE event of tactic, execution, and defense evasion. So here, if you click on the technique, we get a detail about the technique through which this process has been executed. So it enables the security team to understand why it's happening, and so that they can act quickly to prevent any further business impact. So here from the behavioral tree itself, we have the option to create like a whitelist if we consider it as a false positive alert, or we can create a block list if we consider it as a true malicious attack. We can download the file to further analyze the file, and we can also kill the process. So remember, from the behavioral tree itself, and while doing the analysis, we can kill the process. Then we can hunt this threat down in the whole infra, like if this has been seen in other endpoints as well. So then we have this infrastructure artifact, which tells us about if the artifact is seen on other endpoints in the infrastructure, so that we can know if it has been observed previously in the infrastructure, and or if it is the first time that you are noticing this threat. Then we have this cloud analysis score, which is a result of analysis performed by various third-party security solutions, which gives us an idea if this threat has been well known to others. Then we have this events which are related to alert, which are listed over here, where we get the information exactly when what sequence the attack has been occurred. Now, once the initial analysis is done, and suppose you validate it as a true alert, what will be your next actions? So you'll want to disconnect this endpoint from your network as soon as possible to stop the lateral movement. So there comes this interesting feature of isolation. So with this isolation feature, you can isolate the endpoint from the network from the dashboard itself and stop the lateral movement then and there. So you don't need to find out the endpoint or contact the owner, which will, normally causes delay to analyst to take further action or immediately on an ongoing attack. So it can be easily done within few seconds by the analyst himself from the dashboard. Now suppose the endpoint is isolated and the threat is contained to one machine. You can still do further analysis from the dashboard, and you don't need to go to the local machine or the contact owner for the access. We have this feature of live response where we can issue various commands in real time and get necessary details from the dashboard. Suppose I want to check which processes are running on the endpoint, and I get it instantly from the dashboard. So if I notice any malicious processes running, what I can do is I can suspend the process, I can kill the process, or even I can download the file and show process modules as well. So we have this feature to collect forensic data as well. So here we can collect some basic or advanced information from the endpoint for post-breach analysis. So apart from these features, which help in analysis, EDR has one more feature which saves analysts from a lot of repetitive efforts. So we all understand the pain of closing hundreds of false positive alerts, which in turn create a huge burden and sometimes leads us to miss out on the important and genuine alerts which should be acted upon in time. So how do we deal this in QRadar EDR? So here the power of AI comes into play, and we have this cyber assistant feature which works as an AI powered assistant to help you in closing false positive alerts. So basically it learns in the background regarding how you are closing the alerts, and once it is capable, it can take actions to automatically close the alerts without even need of any human interventions. So isn't it cool that AI is closing your alerts and taking necessary actions so that you can focus on more important things? So on QRadar EDR, we have various protection policies or rules which in turn create the alerts. But do we have any customization options in the rule? Yes, we have. Let's talk about Destra. So this is a feature, Destra, which is a Lua engine that allows the security analyst to create custom detection rules. So Reactor not only has behavioral policies, but also any kind of custom rules or custom detection that can be created with the help of Lua language as per the need of the client. So by using these Destras, you can look for specific command line scripts or when specific applications are run on authorized systems. Many times when some applications that are deemed to be safe otherwise can also be used for malicious purpose. Let me show you one simple Destra for demo purpose. So we have this Destra here for WinSAP. We know WinSAP is used genuinely for to transfer files, which is a very genuine process and used often in IT infrastructures. So when here we have a Destra which will notify you if WinSAP is used on some of the critical servers to extract large amount of data during non-business hours. So of course, like during business hours, WinSAP can be a useful tool, but during non-business hours, if it is you notice some abnormal behavior that it is being used on some critical machines to extract data, that then and only you can get an alert by using this Destra. So there is a quick demo of some of the important QRadar EDR features. So that's all I wanted to share in this session.